Live. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Dragons of a Roundtable, where we apparently make catastrophic mistakes and sleep on futons. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Greetings.
Hey, what's going on?
You all seem tired. Anyway.
Just a little bit.
Last week was very much a getting set up of a stream, making sure we have our bare bones together. So this week, we'd like to raise a tiny bit of awareness for what's going on this month. This week, it was International Men's Day, and in England, we have a thing called Movember, which it's an odd tradition. It involves growing a mustache to show support for men's health issues such as prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and men's suicide. And if I may, I found a poem whilst browsing Instagram yesterday that I'd just like to quickly read. I guess it's exceedingly British in its execution, but I thought it was quite nice.
Nothing wrong with that.
Let's make sure I haven't deleted it from my phone. How about you? Sad lads, broken blokes, unhappy chappies, geezers who need a breather. Don't feel the pressure to man up. It's alright for boys and men to cry. Talking saves lives. We are only human, and we need to survive. I just thought that was quite nice. So, if you can grow a mustache, grow one. Show your support for men's issues, and feel free to go to Movember and donate. Second announcement for the night: we have a new player joining us tonight. Yeah, because Samantha is unfortunately cannot make it to tonight's session, but we also have another player joining our roster who will be with us going forth. So it is all looking up and dandy. Anyone else have any announcements to say? Any non-futon related announcements?
I think I'm good.
Think
I
you
have
good?
nothing to announce.
Happy early Thanksgiving.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that's an American thing, isn't it? When is Thanksgiving for you guys?
Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
The 26th.
if you're watching this late, hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving and enjoyed the turkey, I assume.
I prefer.
For everybody else in the world who's not American, nice try. Better luck next time.
You can't say that.
I'm just kidding, of course. Everybody, you also have a nice Thursday or a nice 26th.
You've just single-handedly lost our entire audience who isn't American. Anyway, final announcement for the night. As always, I'd like to thank Sirenscape for providing this huge repository of sounds we can use. You should be able to hear the smooth jazz in the background, getting us in the mood for gaming. Head over to Sirenscape, see what sound sets you can get, because it's an amazing service at an amazing price.
Wait a minute. This is from Skullgirls.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sirenscape, you plagiarizing sons of bitches. No, I didn't say
I think
that.
it's
Don't.
like royalty-free music. And
Yeah.
I clipped it. I just clipped it. I just clipped it. I'm sending it to Sirenscape.
And that is how we become banned from using Sirenscape. Okay. With that, let us begin tonight's session of Roundtable. Oof.
Let's go.
All right, good session, guys.
Yeah, I feel like we got a lot done. You know.
Roasty, I love your character. So cool.
Thank you.
So,
I love you.
We watch respectively.
last session, the newly formed ragtag group of adventurers were plunged headfirst into a plot. A peaceful coup by the cabal of the current, seemingly incompetent leadership of Ozrest. But a plot that is fraught with complications and issues. A lack of resources of the cabal for one, but perhaps most importantly, the recent emergence of a seemingly new faction, their motives still cloudy at best. From what you've gathered, the beasts that attacked you came from the pine forests and mountain foothills to the north, and the symbol found branded into them is associated with a Whitehide Covenant. But you get a sense any more information than that will have to be gleaned from the town library and archives, or someone knowledgeable in those areas. And besides that, you have a show to attend tonight. You awake in the early morning hours, lying low but comfortably on a futon. Light faintly trickling out from the sides of a red curtain, pulled across a single window in this comfortable, if not cramped room. You can already hear activity and footsteps downstairs, with loud conversation and carts in the street. The sounds of a vast walking dock greet you. The first hauls already coming in, basking in the salty sea air. Oars Rest, or at least the dock ward, is awake. This is where we begin. What is everyone doing?
I'm just hanging out downstairs, waiting for the whole group to come out downstairs and just having a good old time.
Okay.
Yeah, Lugos will get up and remark, "Wow, those futons sure are fucking comfortable. Oh boy."
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel bad for anyone who doesn't get to sleep on a futon every night.
Scott just barges in through the door. I heard someone compliment my futons.
No, but realistically, he'll just get up, groggy, rub his eyes, make sure his beard is to a fine point, as he kind of like drags his fingers down through his chin strap beard, and he'll head downstairs, kind of checking on the other two before he goes to see if they're awake, his acquaintances.
Yes, I will be very much awake, but just sitting on the futon. Like, at the moment, it looks like I'm just rummaging through my stuff. But if you're checking on me, I'll just shuffle up what I'm doing.
I'll knock him lightly.
Yeah. Is it?
Boy, pretty boy, time to wake up.
Yeah, I'm awake. I'll be downstairs in a minute.
All right, I'll check on Joy as well. And I go over to Joy's door and knock on it.
No, there's no response. And you see actually on the door there's a note that seems to have been pinned there.
Ooh, what's the note say?
It's just kind of says how she's got an acquaintance who's coming to town, who she's gonna go and visit for the day, and you see attached to the note the ticket to the show tonight, and she says to give the ticket to who you think is worthy.
Alright, I'll go ahead and pocket the ticket, and then I'll head downstairs.
Okay. As obviously, Maverick is still in your room, right?
Yeah, I would like to check my personal belongings.
Okay.
And I don't remember if this was a thing. Do I have anything to read on my person or not?
I'd say you probably have like do you mean like a book or like notes or something?
More like notes or letters or something.
You do not. That was Joy.
Got you.
Okay. So, heading downstairs from your room to the main area of the Maiden and the Mug. The layout's odd. It's like two staircases kind of lead down into this like main area with a double door opposite, and the bar's kind of underneath like the double down staircase. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And the air as you come kind of downstairs on this cold morning, it smells of almost a honey and wood. The first things you notice as you come downstairs is the large hanging kind of beholder or ornament. Next to it, on a stepladder of sorts, Scott is kind of up there. He's kind of cleaning it. He has a sewing kit on him, and he is putting it together. The bar is seemingly manned by someone who resembles Scott quite strongly, like the jet black hair, quite kind of wide, but looking like a young lady, probably about 25. There's a few patrons kind of milling about, reading books, cleaning boots. Then you also see some people in dock attire, and you assume it's their first break. They're enjoying kind of warm meals of porridge and the like, and talking about the catch. And among them, kind of sat to one side, you see a figure who definitely doesn't blend in. Ruth, if you'd like to describe your character for me.
Yes. So you would see a tiefling with like very stony gray skin, kind of on the darker side. She has the wildest white hair you've ever seen. It is curly, it is messy. Maybe there's a few like dreadlocks in there because it's kind of matted. She doesn't really take care of it, but it is very pretty. And that's just me being completely egotistical. She's very pretty. She has completely violet eyes. There's no like pupil or anything like that. It's just all violet, and some noticeable scars. She's definitely seen some battle, and she wears a purple shirt with black high-waisted pants, and she carries a shield on her back with a lance. Yeah, and that's Ruth.
Okay. And as you kind of come downstairs to see this, you see Scott as he's kind of fixing the holder, so kind of cleaning an eye stalk and sewing it back on. He looks down to see the again quite distinct figure of Lugos coming down the stairs, and he turns, looks down, waves. Oh hey, you're looking wonderful this morning. How are you doing? How was the futon?
Oh, well, it was great.
Yeah, the futon was restful. I was quite surprised actually. Was not expecting it to be so comfortable.
You see, I always say, when you fix your back, you never go back.
Right.
And he kind of says, well, I'd love to just keep talking to you fellas, but unfortunately, there's a lot of work to be doing. I have a delivery in about 5 minutes, so I gotta get back to work. Enjoy your morning. He goes back to fixing it.
Right, mate. And I want to go over to Hendrix.
Hendrix?
Hendrix?
Not Hendrix. Leocas, sorry.
Like, wait, who is this from another universe?
That's my bad. Yeah, I'll go over and find Leocas.
Yeah, I assume Leocas is just kind of sat on the table, doing his own thing.
Yeah. Hey guys, no, where's Joy?
Right, I knocked on her door and there was a note there saying that she's going to visit an acquaintance in town for the day. Gave me her ticket here to give to someone else, I guess. So I don't think she'll be joining us for now.
Shame. Alright then. I need to grab myself something to eat. Hell of a fucking day, and I just
Boy,
like
fucking
glare at Liam Casper
I
a little
would
bit.
agree. I would agree to that. I'll join you. I'll get something to eat as well.
So you're heading to the bar, I assume?
Yeah, just not gonna lie, even porridge sounds good right now.
Yeah, so you head over, and it's a young kind of quite a stocky dwarven female, kind of working the bar. She has kind eyes and the same black hair as Scott. She turns as she's kind of slowly cleaning some glasses and like kind of mixing some porridge, and she turns. How are you? I take it you're hungry.
So a hot meal would be great this morning, thank you.
Well, our morning selection is quite limited. We've got porridge of oats, porridge of honey. I mean, it really depends what do you want your porridge with.
With honey, please.
Honey. And what about you? And she turns to look at Lugos.
I'll second that. Oh, I enjoy honey. Go on.
Okay, that'll be 3 copper pieces each, please. And as she kind of says that, she turns it back and begins to scoop some porridge into bowls. Kind of. It's quite it's sludgy, but it's very nice.
I'm sorry, wasn't food part of the deal of Scott letting us stay here?
Yeah, she kind of turns her head slowly. Not the honey. Continues to stir.
Right.
Are they within earshot of Ruth?
Probably, yeah. It's a relatively empty room. It's conducing sound quite well.
I definitely think the dwarf's retort of "not the honey" would have made her audibly laugh. Oh, that's good.
I'll fork over 3 pieces of copper.
Yeah, and
But like, Lugos does it a little begrudgingly. Still.
Yeah, so you kind of just... she seems to move incredibly slowly as she scoops this porridge. It's obvious she's a novice at working behind a bar. And she turns around with 2 bowls and kind of puts a spoon in. Enjoy, yeah. Any drinks? Water? Ale? Whiskey?
Oh, it's early in the morning. Water's fine.
Water. And what about you?
Oh, it's a bit too early to start drinking. Not until at least noon. I'll take some water.
I love it. Not until at
Water.
least noon.
Shadow boy.
What
Calling
you
over
want?
to Leocas.
Yeah?
Oh, you want something to eat?
No, I'm alright.
Right. You want something to drink?
No, I'm okay over here.
Righto. Just water.
You can eat the porridge.
She kind of...
I think Ruth would pipe up at this point and be like, "Well, if you're offering drinks, I'll take one."
Hi, stranger, what do you want?
Oh, well, I just said I wanted a drink.
I'll bring my porridge and my water. I'll set my water in front of the tiefling. There you go. You didn't specify, and I'll sit at the table across from her.
She gives a big like belly laugh, and she goes, "Well, I guess that's fair. I did not specify I wanted the ale, but you know what, water, it keeps you going, so I will take it."
Well, I'm pretty good at finding loopholes and things. I couldn't help but notice the gear as well. Appreciate a good armed fighter as well.
Yes, it's just, you know, stuff you get from wandering about, and, yep.
Wandering about. Well, that's pretty much what the rest of us are doing. Oh, sorry, Mikhail's the name, and you?
Ruth, it is nice to meet you.
Oh, pleasure.
At this point, Lugos would probably have walked back over to Leocas by now, kind of watching from a distance as Maverick talks to Ruth.
So,
Or Mikhail.
what are you guys doing?
We're actually heading to this evening on like a comedy show, a little improv deal. I don't know. There's some semi-famous people that's coming around town today, so we just been having let's just say a pretty rough week. We just need a little bit of downtime.
I think that's fair. Everybody needs a little bit of downtime. I prefer nature, but, you know, a comedy special, you know, laughter is the best medicine, I say.
Well, I would have had to remember that when that dang wallbound damn near sliced my arm off. I should have remembered to laugh it off. Ah, sorry. That's right. You weren't. You weren't. I don't think informed. Were you around for the the candle ceremony last night.
I don't think I had made it in town yet. I got here just early this morning.
Oh, all right. Yeah, this place went over some sort of a bestial attack yesterday. Thankfully, my group and I were around, but still, unfortunately, several people had died, innocent bystanders. So we had a candlelit ceremony last night, and that's when we also found out that there was a show going on tonight, I suppose. You know,
It is unfortunate that I was not there. I do enjoy a good fight and perhaps could have saved a few people. I now regret stopping at that town on my way over here.
Yeah. I try not to let that kind of mentality, that guilt, deter. But it wouldn't be the first time we've come across, troubles. But actually, one second. Sit right there. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna waddle on over to Leokas and Lugos. Put a hand on both their shoulders. So, what are we eating? Also, she looks like a capable fighter. Her name is Ruth. You think she should come with us? Maybe indoctrinate her in this whole business. I mean, if people are gonna keep dying and shit like that. I'm sorry, am I bothering your breakfast, Lugos?
Oh, no, it's all fine.
You're a little too close to me.
I take the one hand off of Leokas's shoulder.
Well, right, you've only just met her, right?
Do
you think she's to be
read on
trusted?
people? Yeah, sure. I got a pretty good read on people. Plus the weapons that she's carrying proves that she's at least capable.
Feck, I hardly know you as it is.
And I'm capable as a fighter, yeah?
I mean, sure.
I mean, come on. This whole past week has just been a wild ride of flying by the seat of our pants. What's one more bit of help?
I mean, if we're gonna be getting involved in this business, sure. Well, we ought to let her know what's up, right?
Yeah,
We can't just indoctrinate her into a little merry-go-round feckin' do shit for free crew, you know what I mean? We gotta feckin' tell her what's what.
Well, let's just all sit at the table with her and you can talk to her yourself and you get the feel for it.
Alright.
Plus, while Joy's kind of indisposed at the moment with a couple of her acquaintances, if stuff were to go wrong today, we could always use the extra set of arms.
Right, we lost a tiefling already. Why not gain another for a replacement of sorts?
Maverick is just snorting and coughing. Well, pats Lugos' shoulder with the one hand still on him, just... Yeah. And I just turn and go back to the table with Ruth.
We'll stand up a bit abruptly. Just I'm not trying to show I have any manners or anything, just the wood chair kind of scrapes against the floor. I take myself, I'm like, oi, I'm head over that way, alright, Shadow Boy? You joining?
Why not?
I love meeting new strangers and indoctrinating them into my feckin' little crew. So why not?
Yeah, that sounds like such a culty term. I'm not sure if I should use that word.
And
we're now going to convert you.
I have no choice.
I don't make the rules here. Yeah, I'll sit back across the table. And,
Welcome back.
So, guys are coming over. I just grab a chair from a nearby table, slide it over, so they both can sit. I think you'll like him.
I am known to be pretty agreeable with most people.
Good.
Hi.
Right. Just like a
Hello. Hello, it's very nice to meet you. My name is Ruth, and what are you? What is your name? My bad.
Oh, it's a little bit rude. No, I'm just joking. My name is Lugos. It's a pleasure to
nice
meet you.
Oh, no, the pleasure is mine.
Really, is it? Well, we'll see about that, won't we?
Only the future can tell.
And I start chowing on the porridge in front of me. And I'd like just give a referencing hand over to Leo Koss as to like introduce himself.
Hello there, I'm Leo Koss.
It is nice to meet you.
Same as well.
Try not to get our names confused. I know we look very similar, but we do have very different names.
should we go over introductions to Ruth of what we look like?
Probably, yeah. Guess I
Yeah.
will say Lucas and Lakecast do not look similar.
I was gonna say.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Lugos and Leo Koss do not look similar.
Oh no.
So yeah,
Leo Koss looks like
Yeah.
as a shadow elf with purple glowing eyes and silver hair with a gray tint skin. And kind of rough around the face a little bit, like he's been through a lot over the past couple days.
And the hair.
I said gray tint hair. Or
Yeah,
silver hair, I mean.
You have like a man bun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we love the man bun.
Yeah, Lugos is very much like a person that doesn't really fit in. He's got like pretty normalish like fair skin. He's got a little bit of a gleam in like his very intense green eyes. He's got a few wrinkles, kind of on his forehead and whatnot. He has wild, bushy eyebrows with like wild Wolverine-like hair almost, from like X-Men basically. And he has like mutton chops that go all the way down into like a chin-strap beard with no mustache. He has like 3 scars against his right cheek. Kind of dressed in this like leather kind of fitting with like padding armor and like a green shroud over his neck.
I love that.
Sweet. I'd say
In the-
repost your art.
Yeah, I will repost that art for you.
It's good shit. He actually had his dude commissioned.
Yeah, I got the piece commissioned for him, so.
Getting a little off track here, boys.
And quote Mikhail
That link and bring you to it.
appears to be a 6-foot tall, white-haired human with kind of gold-colored irises. Oh, I will post that. He does have a scar from the left side of his jaw that goes up to his nose. One, jump down. Wearing chainmail, and over that a one-shouldered red tabard. Shield on his back, as well as a long sword.
Perfect.
Have you ever steal from a donation box before?
What is a donation box?
We're at the breaker in, boys. Teach her the ropes.
Oh my god, Lucas.
You stick with me, you'll be alright.
All right, I'll hold you to it then.
Fucking weirdo. All right, well, yeah, surely you seem capable enough. Tell me what business you got going on here in this lovely little town?
Oh, the same
Of course,
business I
right.
have everywhere. Absolutely nothing. I travel. That is what I've always known, and I just happened to be here.
What's your income?
Whatever I can find. People need things killed, I kill them. People need things found,
I need this guy killed. Can you kill him? As I point to Lugos.
Oh yeah, five gold, right?
I'll make it 6
mean-
if you do it fast.
That's great. Would you rather me use my lance or should I use my fist? Would you like a show?
It was a joke.
Oh, that's good.
Well, guys, I think this meeting quite speaks for itself, didn't it?
Right.
Oh.
Sure.
Oh, right. Lugos, I believe you have Joy's ticket for this evening. I don't think she'll need it. Be great to have Ruth come with us.
All right. Yeah, sure. If we're gonna be part of our little merry crew, here's a fucking ticket for the show tonight. And I hand her the.
fucking ticket. Fucking take it.
Ruth takes it graciously and slides it into her little waist pocket that she has, and she stands up and finishes the glass of water that was so graciously gifted to her. And she stretches and she goes, well, what time is the show? Do we have, time to kill, or should we head there now?
You guys know the show's about 6 p.m.
We got quite a few hours.
First we're talking about killing Lugos, now we're talking about killing time. Man, we just are really anxious today, aren't we?
I think we could kill the god of time.
Wait, no.
Nah, bring it on.
All of existence would cease.
Are you sure about that? Have you
Right.
killed him before?
Should we look for some work while we're here, Leocos, to raise up a little bit of gold for that thing, eh?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Right. Is there like a notice board or anything in the Scott's inn?
There is the same one Leocas found the missing poster on, but as you look now, it appears to be pretty much plastered with advertisements for tonight's show. And as you look close to those advertisements, you see each one of those is plastered with a big thing saying "sold out" over it. There's nothing on the notice board but effectively sold out stickers.
Is anybody at the notice board looking like upset because they didn't get a ticket by any chance?
Good job.
No,
Yeah,
the tavern's mainly empty apart from you guys.
Can I push aside the like advertisements for the show and to see if there's any like jobs?
Yeah, sure. You
Do you want me to do it?
no.
Cool.
Okay. You kind of push aside and you see various odd jobs. The only one that really catches your eye is a delivery of some cargo from an old bookshop going out of business to the main library in the city. That's
Ooh.
pretty much it.
How much does that pay?
About 5 silver pieces.
Does it say what bookshop it is?
It does. It is the Old Monk.
Is that the bookshop I visited?
It is not.
Okay.
Hey, I have an idea. They said the town knows us, right? They gave us these tickets. What if I'm just saying? What if I sold my ticket and then when we go to the show tonight, say I misplaced it and maybe they'll let us in, maybe not, maybe they'll just sneak in. A little extra gold on the side. I mean, people probably pay a lot of money for this one ticket.
I was thinking about something similar. I don't care much to show up to the show, really. I think it could be a waste of time. It could be advantageous to sell the ticket. I don't need to attend. You guys can all go if you want.
Maverick? I mean, we can make a distraction. Whoever sells the ticket, they can sneak in, or lie and say we misplaced it, or.
I'm sorry, what?
We were talking about selling
no.
the ticket.
Oh. Yeah, it's Mikhail. Oh, anyway, so
Oh yeah, that's right. My bad.
no, it's good. Different M names. It's fun. I know we just met. It's fun. Selling the look. I don't know. I think it'd be really hard to want to just sell a ticket to somebody that obviously saw us, got them as a reward publicly. That might fall on.
Well,
on
what about
gracious ears.
what about our newfound friend here? Nobody knows her. She's innocent enough. You ever saw anything before, Ruth?
I do have the advantage of anonymity.
Well, then there you go.
Can't say I've sold anything but my fists. So, but I could give it a try.
Well, what do you guys say?
Oh, sure. Why not?
So, are you trying to find somewhere you can scalp your tickets?
I'm thinking about going to the rich people area. Like, is there a rich person's area in this town?
That is the inner mill.
What if we were to go to the inner mill and, I'll give her my ticket, put her on a nice little box. So we'll say something like this. What is this? Come around once every now and then. I'd say 150 gold.
Don't you think everybody in the inner mill would already have a fucking ticket?
Perhaps, but just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean you have a lot of time. So maybe some people missed out.
Oh, it's a reasonable thing to think about, for sure. All right, it's worth a try. Why not?
Well, my friends, you lead, I follow.
Are you alright with that, Mikhail?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I guess we'll all head to the inner mill.
Okay. So you all head to the inner mill. So you obviously you finish what food you had and quickly leave the maiden of the mug. You exit the double wooden doors of a tavern, and the smell of fish just kind of hits you immediately, followed by a severe cool air. Frost somewhat hangs from every window, and the sea looks rough, cold, and grey. Workers swarm about the docks, but you can hear as the kind of ships coming in and out of port, the bells kind of chime in the distance. A faint shanty can be heard, carried by the dock workers as they work. The streets are bustling and busy, and the sun slowly rises higher into the sky as you begin to head across town. And you kind of, you head across town, you're in the dock ward, so it takes you a decent amount of time to actually get to the inner mill from the dock ward. You kind of head up through the outer mill. And kind of, as you enter the inner mill, you see it's pretty much empty at this time in the morning. It's obviously the higher classes don't wake up until later in the day, but there are a few people out. And as you're kind of entering the inner mill, you take notice of one building kind of dominating the kind of horizon of this area, which you hadn't noticed before. It's essentially like a large circular building with a dome on top, and you assume this is the theatre for tonight. It's a very theatre building, if that makes sense. And it's the first time you've been properly into the inner mill. It's the first time you notice it, and it's a beautiful, beautiful building from what you can see. But you walk across these kind of wide streets, oil lamps unlit hang, people milling back and forth, carts every so often whiz past, and you eventually kind of make it to this large kind of courtyard area. There's a fountain in the centre, water coming down it, trees lining it, and various smaller streets leading off this main courtyard. There's various rich people kind of sit eating food, pastries and pasties on benches, and it's very kind of wrapped in these big fur coats because it is almost freezing.
Mm.
Quite a lovely place the mill is.
Indeed, it is.
Definitely a welcoming change from the last couple of days, I suppose.
But saying that, as you do kind of enter, you get a few kind of sideways glances from like better dressed people. It's quite obvious you do not exactly fit in.
Yeah, it's all fine and dandy here.
What are you all doing?
So let me see here. We're in the inner mill then.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people around.
Probably about 5 or 6 scattered around this courtyard. It's about 9 in the morning. People aren't really out and about.
Well, should try setting up shop here.
What do we need to set up shop for? We're just selling a ticket, right?
It's just a turn of phrase.
Yeah, sure. Oi! Lugos will say oi loudly to all the people.
Oh, here we go.
So some people just kind of stop and turn and look kind of shocked for a second. They hear like some very distasteful remarks and people just kind of stare.
Oh yeah, feck off. Does anybody want a ticket?
Hey, Lugos, maybe you should be more specific on what kind of ticket.
All right, a ticket to tonight's show. Does anyone want a ticket to tonight's show? So an extra ticket here.
Are these tickets front row seats?
Not
Yeah.
well. There's like the front row is usually kind of reserved for like obviously the mayor and stuff like that. So it's kind of the front kind of couple of rows, if that makes sense.
Oi, selling front row seats to the show tonight.
Roll me a d20, just a standard d20.
Sure thing. You got it.
Oh boy.
12.
Well,
Bad.
As you're saying this, there's a looks like an elven man with his elven daughter, and he kind of leans down and whispers something in her ear, and she goes sprinting down one of the smaller streets, shouting something in Elvish. And
What's she saying?
you speak Elvis? She is saying, "Help! There's a scalper," and
help! There's a scalper.
And but you see her saying this. There's this girl who kind of has a brush, and she's cleaning kind of the streets with this brush. She looks quite haggard in this kind of burlap clothing, long kind of greasy hair, probably about 16, kind of cleaning. She kind of tilts her head up and walks over to you and, how much for the ticket?
What's your offer, love?
And she kind of reaches into her pocket. 6 copper pieces.
No.
Oh my god! Oh, I am wanting to physically distance myself from this man. This poor girl, you're just gonna like Batista bomb her dreams like that? Gonna fucking DDT her emotions out of nowhere?
No.
It's like that. It's like that fucking Bugs Bunny meme.
Yeah, it's like no.
As you say this, her face just kind of drops, and she kind of looks at you again, and she reaches in again and says, "Please, my father, it's his favorite comedian in the world. Please." And looks up again.
Look, it's all fine and dandy, love, but I'm really sorry. I need the gold for this. I'm not really trying to upsell the ticket or anything. I just need a good spot of money.
You see her hand kind of tighten around the broom as you say this, and she kind of begins to scowl. "Please, can I have the ticket?"
Can I insight check her?
You can.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna speak to her in Elvish. What's a scalper? I'm gonna say to her.
7.
7. How'd you read? And the girl you said, that girl had like sprinted off down one street, if that makes sense. This is like a separate girl.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna ask her, what's a scalper?
To just this girl here?
Yeah, the little girl.
My granddad was in a war. He said something about the orcish scalpers.
Hmm.
Are you a scalper?
Well. Hmm?
Are you a scalper?
I
No.
Are you?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna get on one knee. So, you said your father wants the ticket.
Wait a
Yes.
second. Is that term scalper? Is that taken to be literal? In terms of like, I'm cutting someone's scalp off of their head.
Lugos, it's a little girl.
Now the humanity comes out of Leocos. Okay.
Lucas just shrugs.
How old's your father, girl?
52.
Are you rich or poor?
You have eyes? I assume.
And you're in the higher up district.
It's a job. I clean.
Let me see what I got. Leocos is gonna give her the ticket and tell the Scram, give him his ticket.
Okay. As you kind of give her a ticket, her eyes go wide, and she actually lunges forward for kind of this like wide hug. He's
Well,
leaning.
Leocos is very uncomfortable. Like you can tell.
Well, it's made even more uncomfortable by the fact that she is just like squeezing you, kind of. You can feel like your ribs like tightening, and she runs off and she just runs down the street, just like waving this ticket.
She was quite strong.
I think you made a friend.
I want to reach into my pocket and I want to grab. Looks like I'm holding something. I want to hold it out to Leocos and with my fist closed and say, "Here you go."
What is this?
I drop 6 copper pieces into your hand with a smirk. There's your profit.
I don't want this fucking. He just fucking stuffs it back into his pocket.
I don't need this, pockets it. You are. How dare you insult me in this manner? Counts it out a second time and pockets it.
Oh no, I was putting it back into your pocket.
Oh, okay. That was not as funny. Oh no. I still laugh though. Well, Leocos, I never thought I'd see the day of a sense of actual charity.
I have some charity. Just sometimes the worst of me comes out. Like, Leocos looks around for any donation boxes or stale bread.
Or stale bread.
Well, let's just say this atoned for sins, and we'll say that at least we're happy with you.
Okay.
Charity robbing a little.
Yeah, I saw chat.
So what are you all doing now?
Still trying to sell the ticket, I guess.
Still trying to sell a ticket? So, as you kind of had this conversation, you see in the far corner this girl return. The kind of elvish dad is kind of there, still staring at you. And this elvish girl returns, the one who'd sprinted off at the start. And you see how she runs around the corner. The familiar sheen of a blue breastplate and a kettle helm, a short sword on the waist. They kind of look and see you talking, and these two Tyrannim kind of puff their chest out and kind of march up to you. The girl kind of goes back to her dad. Hey, you. We've had a report. You're scalping tickets.
Well, you just missed it. Our buddy Leocos here just charitably gave one away to a girl in need.
Is that against the law?
Oh, whoever said that we were scalping tickets?
That girl over there. Heard you shout out something about selling tickets.
No, I believe he just shouted out who wants one.
Hi. Never said nothing about selling them to no one.
You can find a little girl. I never charged nothing. It's truth.
She was in rags carrying a broom. Elvin.
I think I've seen that one before. We'll visit her and have a chat.
Oh, whoa. What are you gonna do? I mean, she had the ticket rightfully. I gave it to her. There's no harm in that.
Did you charge?
No, there's no reason to charge. I didn't want it.
Then that'll be okay. You can understand my haste after your little stunt last night at the candlelight vigil.
I'll leave
I completely understand the valorant haste of our upstanding guards here at the Or's Rest, of course. Very hasty indeed for the most heinous of crimes.
Pardon, my friend. We're all still a little bit shaken up over what happened the other day. We'll just.
I think I'm doing just fine, actually.
Well, our friend here, Ruth, she wasn't around for the event.
She's new.
She's new.
She's new.
The guard just kind of squints as he looks at all of you. Well, I'll warn you, scalping tickets is a prisonable offence. So, especially in these regions, be on your best behaviour.
Well,
Right.
we'll definitely know if we see anyone scalping tickets.
Have a good day. And he just kind of
We'll make
scowls and
sure
walks
to
off.
make a very hasty citizen's arrest on them. No scalping tickets. For sure.
Ruth salutes as they walk.
2 firm slaps on the shoulder for Lugos. Come on. We should try another district.
We might as well not even fucking try it at all.
Are they going into the direction of that little girl? The
No.
one I gave the ticket to?
Well,
No, okay.
They seem to be just actually be stood in the courtyard now, kind of keeping a slight eye on you.
Well, we did our one good deed for the day, I suppose.
Right, I think we just attend the show. I'm sure there's probably some reason for it. Maybe we'll find a good bit of entertainment out of it.
It can't possibly hurt us to go.
I'll sneak in.
Plus, if we got front row seats, we'll be sitting right next to the mayor, probably, right?
Oh god.
So maybe we could get a word in with him about happenings or something.
Maybe.
I'll hold on to my ticket. I plan on attending the show. In the meantime, I suppose we could look around for some sort of work or something to scrounge up. The only thing I could really find back at the Mogan Maiden was a feckin' job for bookstore delivery or something the like.
How
I
much?
don't know if it really is any of your speed, but it pays 6 fucking silver pieces.
Well, I mean, it'd cover breakfast and lunch today, so I've got nothing else to
Surely.
do, to be honest.
There's more taverns in the. We're in the rich part of the district, aren't we? What if we why don't we find a tavern here and maybe there might be some good bounties here.
Well, that's a good call.
Well, it's definitely a sure thing.
And if we can't find anything, then we'll go do the library.
Okay.
Righto.
Who is leading a party in the search for work?
I think Ruth, while they were talking, is already heading to the nearest tavern.
Okay. Roll
She
investigation
kind of-
for me.
All right. God,
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out.
I almost kicked my food over.
Do
I
I
wish
just-
you did.
It's
I
just
know.
slash R the D20 plus whatever your bonus is.
Oh,
It should work anyway.
well,
10. Okay.
Not a terrible roll.
Okay.
But not a great one.
Not a great one.
You don't really find anything of interest. It's a mix of just not much jobs. Obviously, in a rich area, there's no need to advertise jobs. If that makes sense. And also a mix of people not really letting you have a look, because it's quite a classist area, if that makes sense.
Racism.
I couldn't possibly give her the help action and looking for work, could I?
I'll let you roll yourself.
Okay, that's fair. What role was that?
Investigation.
May I give the help action to Lucas?
Is that allowed to DM? Can I have the help action?
Unfortunately not.
Give him the help?
No? Okay.
No.
10.
Wow.
We all
Damn
get
it.
10. Shit, how many more 10s can we get? What if I roll an investigation to get a 10?
You'll find exactly the same flyers as it happens.
Never mind. I don't know where I am.
We're
lost.
terrible at finding work.
I'm actually lost.
Yeah, so you don't find anything.
What's fire roll? I forget how to roll.
Slash it's /R space 1d20 plus your modifier.
Hey, not a 10.
Yeah, it was
but
almost.
you don't really find any interesting work. At this time, it's about noon, about 6 hours until the show. I will give you the option of just fast forwarding through the rest of the day, or if you want, you can use this time to clean up any errands you may need to run, any people you may need to visit, anything like that. Or we can just skip straight to 6 p.m. and say you've done a day of errands and maybe earned this much money, you know.
Oh, I wonder how much money we earn. I'm curious.
Maybe the library book deal, yeah. Can all get our silver out of that.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's not the least Ruth has been paid for a job, so.
So what is the verdict? Skip or
we haul books around.
okay?
Yeah, we're gonna.
I think if I could possibly finish up the bookstore job and still have time to visit the original library that I visited.
Do you mean the bookstore or the cleric?
The bookstore.
Okay. Because obviously you went to the big kind of posh place as well, and they like offered to have someone talk to you when they returned in a day or two.
All right, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that because I asked for a meeting.
Okay, so
Yeah,
what
I'll
is
visit there
everyone doing?
instead.
I'll go with Lugos.
So shall we say Ruth and Maverick go and do a bookstore thing, and yeah, okay. So Ruth and Maverick,
Monet.
you head to a small bookstore in the outer mill called the Old Monk. It's relatively quaint, but you see it's obviously not being selling the best. The books you're kind of stacking up and delivering seem to be a mixture of fantasy, non-fiction, and schmut.
What?
Love it.
Oddly enough, there's like hardly any schmut. Oh, well, that was obviously like the best selling thing out of entire collections. And you
Of course it is.
You kind of cart it up, and you meet this kindly old man called Jameson, and you kind of help him cart it across. And for that, he actually rolled me a d20. Just again, this is
Both of us?
just one of you. This is just
Is
like
it gonna-
my how well did it go, d20.
Who's it gonna be?
Have you do it. It's your inaugural episode. You do the roll.
Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. It was almost a 20. I saw it.
What is happening? What is happening here? On my Foundry, all the dice just rolled at once, like from the past 10 minutes.
Oh, like your phone caught up. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what that is that if you've been tabbed out of it
Yeah.
a little bit, it'll roll all the dice that you were tabbed out for that people rolled.
Okay, so you are paid 6 silver pieces plus an extra 5 for your good service and kindness.
11 silver pieces.
And
Hell yeah.
in the meantime, Leokas and Lugos head up towards the kind of a cleric sanctum. It sits kind of a bit out of town, like on its own hill. There's a few houses around it, but it's a very posh building by the looks of it. If you've ever seen St. Paul's Cathedral in London, very much that kind of thing. Very
Nice.
kind of grand. And you kind of head up kind of the classic steps, and you are greeted by the same two guards you spoke to on the day you arrive. You see the same one kind of stare down. Oh, you're back.
What's
And,
that supposed to mean?
well, we thought being heroes now, you wouldn't be back for a while, but the cleric Primus is here to see you. Just make sure your boots are clean before you come in, and hang any jackets up. Come on through. And they kind of open these large double doors.
Is he offering both of us or just Leokas?
Both of you.
Dope. Alright. I'll make sure to wipe my boots. All that.
Leokas just goes in without wiping.
As you do, he kind of stands in front of you, like puts a hand up against his chest. This is an institution of knowledge and higher learning. If you're going to put mud on its carpets, you obviously have no place here.
Alright, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Leokas gives a good old wipe.
Okay. And you're kind of shelled into a large, kind of well-kept hall with a varnished floor. And you come into this huge room. It's like the ceiling is domed, and from the center of this huge iron chandelier hangs a staircase offers to take up to like a balcony second floor, if that makes sense. It kind of spirals around to like this balcony second floor. And as far as you can see, these great bookcases are stood. There's a desk every so often. Various passageways protrude from this main chamber. Every so often, mainly an elderly figure dressed in golden and teal robes. Very much the colour scheme for the stream, I will say. About these gold and teal robes. Walk past with stacks of books and offer you a respectful nod as you kind of sit on this bench waiting. And a few minutes pass. And a few more. And then eventually from down the stairs, you hear obviously directed at you. And as you kind of turn to look, you see... Right, I'm just changing the music over. Bear with. Yeah, and as you kind of turn your head, you see quite possibly the oldest human male you've seen here. You reckon about 85 years old and dressed in much more elaborate robes than the others you have seen. A small peaked hat that kind of slumps to one side. Imagine like a wizard's cap, but without the brim, if that makes sense.
Yankee no brim.
Yeah, a large silky kind of grey beard, well kept and adorned with various ribbons of silk, and small metal round spectacles sit on a large nose with a bump in it that hides two small kind eyes. He looks down at you both. Oh, well, hello.
Oh god, he's creepy.
I take it you're the guests for the library.
Yes, we are. I take it you're the man we've been waiting for?
I am Cleric Primus Maxwell Ede, but you may call me just Cleric Primus Ede. It's wonderful to meet you.
Same goes for you. My name is Leokas.
And I'm Lugos. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Right, well, come through to my back office. I'm sure we can talk about whatever you need to talk about. And he kind of...
Certainly.
He kind of goes up these stairs, and it's like this building is best described as a labyrinth almost. It's like various tunnels, and as you kind of go on, they go from like this kind of posh marble to increasingly cozy with kind of like wood. And you kind of keep going through these tunnels until he pulls out a large iron key, and he opens a beautiful wooden door into an office with a view over much of Ozrest from a balcony. You see he's got a beautiful oak desk just kind of in front of his balcony. So these kind of crimson curtains lie behind him, and he sits down on the desk, and there's 2 chairs opposite him. Please, take a seat.
I gladly oblige and take a seat while looking at the beautiful view.
Yeah, he kind of reaches into a desk and brings out like a stack of parchment and a quill. So, I've heard you've got some news about some happenings in the forests around All's Rest. I'd very much like to transcribe it, if you wouldn't mind.
I'm sorry. What was that he said?
He's saying how he's heard you've said things kind of about the forest around All's Rest, and he'd love to kind of transcribe it and take a written record.
Well, sure. I can definitely mention it. Sure. What is it that you're looking to know about the forest?
Well, where did this happen, firstly?
He's talking about the previous event, not what happened in a couple days ago, right?
Yes, as in your and Leocas's backstory then.
All right. Oh, well, it's quite hard to say, but I went into a forest that I had been familiar with all my fucking life. Sorry, pardon my language. All my life. I lived there, I hunted there, I gathered there, me and my sister. But, I don't know, one night there was the moon hung high in the sky. It was like a blood red moon. Ain't nothing I'd ever seen before, really. Those woods twisted and changed around me. I lost my sister in those woods. I ran into a beast of great size. It was a large, wolf-like creature. They chased me through the woods, and I couldn't escape them. I jumped into a gorge that was never there before. And next thing you know, before the next sunrise, I was on the outskirts of the woods, and I couldn't ever find anything there again. Couldn't find my sister. Couldn't find the lair of those evil wolf creatures, whatever they might be. And I searched and scoured the woods, but nothing was the same as it was that night. It was strange.
The man kind of begins to write all this down in quite great detail. Like, he goes back multiple times to ask you kind of names and locations and like exact descriptions of stuff. And eventually, as he's kind of finished writing this all down, it's about a page of parchment. He turns to Leocas. And does your story corroborate this?
Well, my story was, that blood moon was actually caused by, well, how do I say, my church.
Oh? Your church?
Well, what I thought was my church until more recent events made me, break my oath to that church. To where I found Leocas, basically almost dead in the canyon. Where I helped him, got him back, but the weird part the next day was, the wounds he had were all gone.
Most concerning. And Lugos, you didn't notice a physical change of any sorts? Everything seemed normal?
Yep. Everything seems fine and dandy.
Oh,
nothing out of the ordinary or anything.
That man's healing, it's all quite unusual. I've got a few books. Our archive is quite small compared to our main libraries at Steel Hollow and the like. We're a small town, but I heard of you coming, and I got a few books in preparation. I'm not sure if they'll be any use to you, but wait a second. And he kind of goes under his desk and he brings up a stack of books. It appears to be 2 books. They're both pretty large. And he looks at the first one. You see, this one is by a personal friend of mine, and he points to the title, which is called Flying Moose and Other Strange Forest Phenomena by J.C. Allswood. The title is a bit misleading. There's actually a large section on a flying moose, but there may be something about a red moon in there. And then he brings up another book called The Cult of Ye-Nogu, a study in the origin, behavior, and temperament of gnolls, feral lichens, and other canine earthen beasts by H.J. Monostein. This is quite a big book, and he says, this book is quite old, I'd say a few centuries, but again, it might have information on the kind of beasts you encountered that night. I'm going to compile this into an archive record, and we'll put it in the interview library and send a copy to Steel Hollow. Thank you very much for your time. And he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a gold piece and puts it on the desk.
Hi. Lugos will take the gold piece. Right, thank you. There was another thing I wanted to ask about real quick. If it's alright with you.
Why, of course.
Let me see. Can I recall the name of the book that was at the bookstore?
You can, once I find the session notes for that session.
I'll put in my notes this time.
Let me just see the post-session notes what I put down. Please I put it down. Okay, yeah. It is The Blood Forest by Asmodeus Jenkins in the bookshop Satir's Delight. Yes, the book was called The Blood Forest by an Asmodeus Jenkins.
I spoke with the owner of a bookstore, and he mentioned another book that could be another lead. I'm not sure if you might have it here.
Why, yes. So, what's the name?
It's a book by Asmodeus Jenkins.
Asmodeus Jenkins, one of the finest playwrights of our time.
Hi.
Unfortunately, it is a fictional text, so we do not have a copy. But I have some contacts who could perhaps get a copy, but of course you'd have to pay for the shipping. And if any damage was to come to it, I think they'd want your head.
About how much are we thinking for shipping?
Do you know where you're staying?
I'm staying at the Morgan Maiden.
Oh. Well, I'll send a letter or two to my friends and get a cost and send you a messenger boy down to tell you how much.
Hi, sure thing. Thank you so much. This has been a big help to us. We've been trying to find out about this phenomenon for fucking about a week now. No leads until now, really.
Well, good luck in your future searches for information, and remember, my young friends, the key to happiness is the pursuit of intellect. That is what you should always learn and keep in your head. And he kind of gets up and pulls his extravagant robe around him and begins to kind of he opens the door with a kind of hold it open for you as you leave.
Nice. I look to Leokas. Pretty satisfied with the possible new leads.
Leokas gives a little nice smirk and leaves the door to the outside.
Can I shake the man's hand?
You can.
I shake his hand.
Okay, yeah. Obviously, he's quite frail, so it's a very loose grip, but he's quite a warm man. If that makes sense.
Nice. Yeah, and then I'll take my leave.
Okay.
Can't wait to crack open those books.
Especially one about a flying moose. Okay.
Of course.
So again, you kind of you exit. The guards wish you goodbye, so you get your jackets and the like. I assume you begin to head to the show and rendezvous with your friends.
Yeah, sure. Ow.
Okay.
Very warm and toasty.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, shit, I wasn't done. Don't look at your DMs, Lance.
Yeah, so you kind of head to the back, kind of just generically into town. You search around for a few minutes, and eventually you see familiar figures of Maverick, or obviously you know him as a different name, but you see Maverick and the newly acquainted tiefling Roof next to him, kind of just in a square with a few pieces of silver kind of in their hands, talking.
Oh.
I think.
By the way, how did we want to split the money? And we had 11 silver.
Oh shit! Right.
You can take the 6. I'll take the 5.
Are you sure? Do you want?
It's fine.
Okay. If that is your decision, then it's fine. I will accept that. She's gonna pocket the 6 and put it in her waist pocket. Her little pouch.
I now have the exact amount of gold pieces as I do silver pieces. All is balanced in the world. That's why. All is balanced with the world. Well, look who decided to show up to the party.
Right. How'd the job go?
Well, fair enough. You're right. It was just a handful of silver, but it was worthwhile.
Not too eventful. A lot of dusty books.
Oh, nice. So dandy. Well, everything's fine on our part. Might as well get on with the show, right?
I'm pretty sure you guys had a more eventful errand than carrying books.
Hi. Just picked up a book that we've been searching for, is all.
Oh. I see, and you went together. Alright. Well, hope it's a good read. Should we get things prepped up for the show, yeah?
Oi, let's do it.
I think that'd be the best decision.
Okay, yeah, heading to so because it's probably about 20 minutes until it like officially starts, so you have time to make it there, and obviously pre-show activities. So you're heading off to the show.
Pre-game. Pre-game.
It is past noon.
Chug.
Lugos,
Whiskey
it is
time.
afternoon.
Okay, I'm
We're down
testing.
for a little bit of a pre-game, Lugos.
I'm testing out a new sound set called Circus. So let's hope it's okay. Okay, this is more.
No.
It's more dramatic than I expected.
Lugos will not drink before the play
Okay.
or the show.
So you are heading off. Okay. That is very sexy.
Love it.
So you kind of leave the courtyard and begin to walk towards obviously the large building you saw. The cobbled street you walk eventually funnels into a kind of polished stone tile walkway. It's really quite beautiful and smooth. Trees line the center of this wide path, and you look to the side. There's these kind of iron poles and banners of all colors. It's like a rainbow kind of flutter in the wind from these As you draw your vision towards the end of a path, it meets with a set of stone and marble steps leading up to a monolithic and beautiful structure nestled into the town. You look and there's like small gardens surrounding it and offering brief respite from a kind of a cluttered buildings that press in on its sides. The stonework on the tiles beneath you appears to be handcrafted and artisan. It depicts various myths and legends from the area. You pick out owl bears and werewolves, heroes of mighty weapons, and empire-wide key moments, such as the breaking of the Siege of Moors. The path is congested, but the view is a spectacle and a half already. Around you, there's kind of these, most of them are posh, kind of in these kind of posh, quiet attire, like suits with like the long frock coats, tuxedos, and the like. Kind of bustling down this path. There's kind of excited shouts and people laughing and joking already. Do you follow?
Hell yeah, gamers.
Absolutely.
Okay. As you continue towards this stone structure, it appears to grow in sides. And before long, you reach the bottom, I'd say about a dozen or so steps upwards. The building takes the form of a large circle. It's about 260 feet wide and 130 feet tall. It's like a three-tiered design, almost, with each subsequent tier kind of recessed in ever so slightly. And you see each tier is kind of decorated with pillars and arches, giving it the appearance of a coliseum if you were to like turn it even more kind of regal and Victorian. The entire structure is capped with a large, elegant dome-like structure, seemingly inlaid with gold and more marble. The building is striking, magnificent even. Outside of the main entrance, which is pretty clearly marked by a rectangle, kind of joining it outwards of a circular design, people kind of mill about here in formal clothing. Tyrannum patrol the streets, excitement etched onto their faces for the first time. Well, first time you see them excited. You see various noble families buying merchandise for their children, which is being sold next to a statue at the top of the steps, and various people slowly funnel into the main entrance, marked by crimson ribbons dancing in the ever-coldening night air.
Quite a lovely place.
I'm gonna send you all a picture reference, actually.
Oh yeah.
Noise.
This place is fucking pretty. Sure.
To people watching the stream, feel free to search up the Royal Albert Hall.
Royal Albert Hall.
I'll put a link on Discord for you all.
Hell yeah.
It's it's a beautiful place.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's grand.
It is grand
I would
indeed.
definitely go. I would go there to watch a show.
We walk in, wait a minute, why is there boss music playing? This is the boss music, please do not change. If there's ever a fight, I'm just saying right now, if there's a fight, do not change it from the circus theme. I find it awkward.
Yeah, it's like this is the end of the campaign. The penultimate fight. It's like ding ding ding
The
ding
final
ding.
boss, and it's carnival music.
Final
Oh,
boss.
hi Diggum, I love you.
Okay. So what is everyone doing?
I elbow Leo Cuss for a hot sec.
No, I don't know yet.
Charity work aside, how do you plan on getting in?
I'm back.
Welcome back. I was elbowing you for like 3 seconds. How do you plan on getting in?
Oh, don't worry. I think I got this. I think.
Just if as long as it doesn't involve bowls of charity coin, then I'll trust you with your plan.
Wait, you said no, I got this. We just gotta hope they give you the tickets you give the tickets at the front though, because if they don't give them to you inside, there might be a problem.
All right, I'll leave it to you then.
Oh, alrighty. I think I'm ready. Yeah.
I
Okay.
hope so.
So wait, are they asking for the tickets at the front?
It doesn't appear so. But people, there's a slight queue. As like, there's like the classic kind of crowd kind of guiding, you know, ropes kind of out the front. But they don't appear to be asking there. It seems your tickets must be checked when you're actually inside.
Oh boy, this could be interesting.
So I take it you proceed inwards.
Yep.
Okay. Obviously, the night air kind of presses on you as you queue up for a few minutes. It's really quite frigid, and the sun starts to set, and you kind of enter just as the sun is kind of going down. The entryway is a set of, it's a double set of double oak doors, if that makes sense, kind of leading to an extravagant but classy lobby area. A kind of a U-shaped reception desk and ticket desk is pushed against the far wall. There's archways to either side, which lead in kind of circular pathways around the edge of the building. Here you see a huge amount of well-dressed guests slowly pass in and out of these arches, which are seemingly the only way to the inner workings of the theatre. A small band sits on a raised dais to the right-hand side of the room, soothing the explosive excitement of a gently murmuring room with relaxing tunes and melodies. It's kind of you see people with like some brass instruments, and it's essentially what I'm playing right now. It's some nice smooth jazz. There's kind of a bustle to a room almost. It's like a tangible excitement in the air. There's a queue to a ticketing desk to allow you through.
Well, if I knew this was going to be this formal, I would have worn my dress sword today.
That's a joke, right?
You're joking, right? Please.
Don't tell me you have a fucking dress sword.
Are you saying you don't have dress weapons? Come on, guys.
Yeah, where's your class? Thank you.
Ruth kind of winks.
I'm just like, Jesus Christ, thank you.
When
I can't with these people.
When we get back to the tavern, I'm throwing out your dress swords.
Well, if you find one, please let me know.
What a relief. I'm sorry, but you don't look like a fucking retired veteran, alright? So you don't need no fucking dress sword.
If you have a dress sword, you can just leave the party now.
At least wait until you're a 70-year-old feeble old prick until you get a dress sword.
I'll keep that in mind, thank you.
And I continue on the queue.
Yeah, you kind of queue up for it's probably about a 10-minute queue you wait. The jazz band just continues to play, and as you kind of turn and watch for a few minutes. The entirety of the band seems to be elves, which I mean makes sense. They've had hundreds of years to perfect the playing of the instrument, playing these gorgeous instruments as they're playing. And you look, the receptionist is a young elf woman. By young, I probably mean about 100 years old. A young elf woman dressed in this kind of a very kind of fancy dress. She kind of tickets people past, and eventually the crowd in front of you parts, and you come face to face with her. Hello and welcome to the Wavebreaker Theatre. Do you have tickets for tonight's show?
Hi.
Wonderful.
I nod.
And she kind of puts her hand out to receive the tickets.
I hand her my ticket.
Thank you.
As do I.
Thank
I
you.
also hand her my ticket.
Thank you very much. And you?
Leo Cost kind of like patting his pockets. Guys, I think I misplaced my ticket. Is there any way I could possibly get in? You saw me at the reward ceremony.
I'm going to speak to my manager really quite quickly. Please wait there.
Okay,
Thank you.
you.
Sorry for the trouble, man.
She goes into a small back room behind reception, and you hear kind of. And she
While they're
goes out a few
talking,
minutes later.
I'll turn to Mikael. Like, I know what you mean, pretty boy. I see all these finely dressed people around here. I'm wearing my fucking leather armor with my fucking green shroud over here. I look like I'm hunting for a fucking elk or something. Can't help but feel I stand out quite a little bit, or all of us do, really. We're clad in armor, going to a fucking show in the middle of a city.
Well, based on everything that's what's been happening the past few days, I think we're just dressed just fine, actually.
As you're saying this, she re-enters. Well, I've spoken to my manager, and apparently you helped the city yesterday, so they've agreed to let you in.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Unfortunately, I will have to take your weaponry. Weaponry is not allowed within the theatre. It will be stored safely in a back room, don't worry.
I just nod at Leocas. And, see? Good thing I actually didn't bring my dress sword. And I give him my long sword.
I'll hand her my lance. Do I need to hand? Wait, hold on.
Do we need to hand shields?
Do you like my shield as well? I mean, I can't really do much with it, but you know.
Yes, please. We don't want a repeat of that incident.
Oh, there's another oh.
Shit! She kind of mutters.
Just like a shit.
She hands over the shield as well.
Right, oh god, a 16 AC, whatever will I do?
Yeah, I'll hand over my my bow and my arrows and my 2 short swords as well.
A fine set of weapons.
Lugos, you're
Thank
coming
you.
on to the teeth, you aren't kidding.
Leocas grudgingly hands over his what the fuck? What do I even have for weapon?
A shield? Do you have a shield?
I have what is it?
I think
I hand over my shield, my longsword, and 5 javelins.
Yeah, so again, even more is piled onto this ever-growing pile of blades on the desk.
Such an awkward display of like fine-dressed nobles behind us watching like a militia disarm themselves.
As Leocas kind of like finishes, he's like, oh wait, he kind of reaches down to his pocket and pulls out this rotten, moldy warg meat with a couple of warg teeth on it, because the warg teeth are about as big as a dagger, and kind of puts it on the pile as well.
Ruth kind of like remembers, like you can see her like visibly remember. She's like, oh wait, and she pulls a crowbar off of her belt.
Oh yeah, crowbar.
Oh, that reminds me. Lucas also pulls out his crowbar and a hammer.
Maverick just blinks 3 times, like face unchanging.
You also want that?
Oh yes.
I take out.
Don't give him the bread, Leocas. Don't give him the bread. That's our only weapon right now.
I take out 9 wooden stakes. Maybe this as well might be something.
Oh, now I'm remembering. Oh, sorry. And I unzip my backpack and I pull out a fucking crossbow and set it on the counter. Forgot I had this.
Where was he holding that?
I don't know. This backpack carries everything.
All right. Can't forget about that one as well. And I pull out my manacles and put those down.
I give the elven woman a silver piece and say, I am so sorry for this. Here.
Oh, well, this is what I get paid for, and she kind of begins to, like, slowly take all the weaponry and equipment and, to bring it to back room.
This is a lot, so consider that a tip for you.
It's just piece by piece, and it takes about 4 or 5 minutes to take the entire thing. And then she comes back, and you're hearing some kind of, the kind of classic rich kind of tuts going from behind you, taking too long. She comes forward. Well, can I interest you in any food or drink? We have quite a fine selection.
Whiskeys, I believe we're going to be in the first and second rows. We'll be sitting together. A tray of whiskeys would be great. Thank you.
Water for me, please.
Can I
I'll take the whiskey.
Can I interest you in any El Ayuto red wine. It is quite exotic.
One glass
Exotic
of that
wines.
as well.
Well,
They're usually bitter, aren't they?
well, for wine, this one, it's got a wonderful aftertaste. That is going to be 5 gold pieces per cup. The whiskey for a shot, that is going to be 1 gold piece. We've also got a wonderful new delivery of Gizmo's Sparkling Gin, gingerbread flavoured. That is also 1 gold piece per cup.
You know what? I'll hold off on the wine. I'll just take a tray of whiskeys and I just get 5 gold pieces on the counter. How 5 shots? I'm gonna need them.
You mean all 5 shots for yourself, jeez.
Well, if you want one, you can take one. But I'm just overestimating because I don't want to get up twice and get more drinks. Might as well have enough drinks for the whole night.
If the wine, sir, is too expensive, we do have our homebrewed Wavebreaker wine. That is 6 silver pieces for the cup, if that is more of your budget for tonight.
6 silver cup. Scratch that. 3 cups of wine, please.
3 cups of wine, wonderful. And I will promote once more, we do have our special site-baked rainbow macaroons for 2 silver piece per macaroon. I will say they're delicious. I had some on my lunch break today. They are one of a kind.
Oh god, I'll take 6 of those.
6 that will be 12 silver pieces, please. And for your wine, it'll be 18 silver pieces. What else would everyone like?
No, just the water.
Just water, that will be nothing. And you, my beardy friend, says, kind of staring at Lucas.
I think she's checking you out, Lucas.
Yeah, you think so?
I'd say go for it. Ask her when she's on her break.
You do know elves have quite good hearing.
I am very sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I didn't want to embarrass
I,
you.
I would like
I apologize for these.
I would like this environment to remain quite professional. Wavebreaker Theatre is a prestigious establishment.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll take a couple whiskey shots.
Whiskey?
2 of them.
2. That'll be 2 gold pieces.
Wow. All right. Here, I fork over 2 gold pieces.
And she begins to kind of pour out everything. The cup sizes are quite generous, and the whiskey glasses are quite generous, and you kind of holding, like, so some of you have just like 2 cups of wine each and like 2 glasses of whiskey each, which you're looking like grade A alcoholics, sir.
Yeah. I mean, why get up twice in the middle of a show to get refills when you just get enough for the whole night?
And Roof, you handed like a paper bag of these macaroons. They're like red, blue, green, purple. A beautiful assortment, and they smell divine. And she, lastly, she brings out a diagram of a theatre. So you do have a choice of your seating tonight. You have what we call a variant seat, so you can move about as you like. So you can either sit in the wings over here, and she kind of gestures to like these wings, because basically from what you can see, the main seating is like there's this big oval floor space in front of the stage. Then there's like these wings that slowly rise into the rafters, if that makes sense. It's like a stadium almost, if a pitch as well was also seating.
What do you guys think? High-rise seating? Overlooking the whole area?
Aren't these front row tickets?
Well, we can sit near the front row if we can.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't care. I mean, I just thought they was front row tickets is all. I didn't know it was general admission.
There are front row tickets available on this ticket you have. You see just here, it's about 3 rows from the front. You see 4 seats kind of out to the side.
No.
Well, then there we go.
I point
Wonderful.
over to like, oh,
Okay, and she kind of gets an ink quill and like knocks the seats off the list. Wonderful. Your seat numbers are S2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Enjoy the show.
I feel like I gotta. One of us has to
Everyone
say it. So it's on the money for Ruth to be like, you too. You know.
Oh, okay. Shoot, who's gonna take the end seat? You know what,
Just
actually, I'll
next to strangers.
Leocos will.
I'm a middle seat kind of guy.
Ruth will sit on the inside next to a stranger.
Okay. So you head into the main theatre, into like the main performance area, and you suddenly feel dwarfed. The hall is the entirety of the 3 tiers high. The inside of the domed roof, it's semi-visible behind this kind of triangular crimson silk tarps that have been attached to the center of the dome and kind of splayed out to meet the circumference, if that makes sense. So it gives almost a teepee effect as this kind of triangular ceiling arches upwards, but you can see specks of a dome behind it. You assume it's for audio damping reasons. And you see a large stage is kind of nestled into the back wall. Half it's jutting out, but half it's into the stage with these large crimson heavy curtains kind of pulled to the side. You see in front of the stage is a large oval area filled with seats, and all around this more tiers of seating begins to rise, eventually reaching the walls. And you see as it reaches the walls, you see stacks of these kind of private booths kind of recessed slightly, so it turns from kind of just open seating to these kind of recessed private areas, which begin to kind of stack up the walls, spaced out by large decorative arches. You see many people have already got into their seats, talking excitedly. You make out a figure in the distance. He's kind of in a private booth in one of the high-rises. And you see someone in a fancy suit, and you recognise this man. He's your Cabal acquaintance, John Ashley, in a very fancy suit with a family, by the looks of it, in a private booth. You see small cleared aisles and staircases allow for easy traversal of a magnificent stone, marble and velvet hall. Large golden chandeliers hang from the ceiling, giving the entire space an orange firelight glow. And again, I'll send you a reference.
Our contact. Are we, is it be possible for us to eye each other down? Like saying, hey, we're over here, kind of thing, without making it obvious?
I'd say, yeah, you can kind of look
I'll
and
just stare at him until he like glances and meets my gaze.
he kind of looks over and meets your gaze, and he gives kind of a very kind of polite wave where he just kind of tilts his wrist, if that makes sense, like the Queen wave.
Yeah,
if you've seen it.
I'll give a 2-finger salute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
We've also put a reference
I
of...
might him back up to the front, so
We'll
at
put
least he knows where we are.
Yeah, so if you check Discord, you should see like a reference, kind of.
Oh, it's a whole fucking circular amphitheater.
Yeah, it's essentially just a circular amphitheater with like a central stage. It's very much a gorgeous building. And
Where is this real-life building located?
The Royal Albert Hall in London. It's from the 1800s, I think.
Right.
It's very posh.
Well, it's now on my bucket list to go visit.
It is a concert hall, actually, I think. Yeah. Anyway. You kind of go down to your front seats, you sit down, and as you kind of make conversation, the seats around you begin to fill up, and you look back and every seat seems to be taken by people in formal dress. It's a show, it's a sellout show, obviously. Every single seat has someone in it. And Ruth, you take the seat next to a stranger, and you look, it's a man, he's like you. He's not wearing formal dress. He's wearing kind of this baggy white silk shirt with kind of these large chains around his neck, and he kind of swaggers up almost. He's got this kind of like classic kind of gangster walk. He kind of swaggers up across the seats.
I like this guy already.
He sits down. He's got like a very very kind of unstylish goatee and pierced ears with like rings on him. He turns as he kind of slouches on his seats, looks straight at you. Hey up, wagwan. And then he just looks at the stage.
Have you ever been to one of these things before?
Oh no,
She's
but
asking
it
him.
looks absolutely sick, mate. Yeah, real talk.
I love the tune.
Did he really just say real talk?
Yeah, he just said, yo, real talk.
I want to kill him.
Your tune is very interesting. I like the way you vocalize.
Yeah, real talk. He says.
Alright, she's gonna stop bothering the stranger.
Okay, that's my limitation right there.
Yeah, and you see as he kind of sits down, he attempts to like recline the seats, but they're not reclining seats, obviously, they're like these very panty seats, and you hear him kind of, he mutters under his breath, not reclining, Jesus Christ. And he kind of tries to push back a bit more, and there's like a slight snap on the seat as he tries to push back. It's like, fuck. He kind of
God, if only I need a mending cantrip.
And then the entire room begins to fill up. Not long after you've taken your seats, curtains that covered half the stage in the wall begin to open. The crowd hushes to a deep electric silence. The chandeliers are put out. Smaller lamps light up the stage, with a few speckled around the aisles, creating an almost a nighttime garden effect. It's really quite stunning. Two small figures approach the stage from opposing sides, dressed in a matching pair of well-fitting suits. They're kind of waving, and then they kind of reach the centre of the stage, and they do this over-exaggerated kind of showman bow. They have these locks of golden, curly hair, waterfalling down as the crowd around you goes completely insane. A small figure to the side of the stage. He's kind of recessed in kind of a band area. He kind of begins to weave his hands in the air. These kind of magical incantations kind of firing off. And you see it hits the duo, like their voice boxes begin to glow slightly. And one figure moves into the wings for seeming costume change or scene preparation, leaving one slightly larger halfling with a large mustache to take the stage. You know this as Arvis Bell, one half of the Curls. His voice almost booms as he talks, and okay, that's comedy routine. His voice almost booms as he talks, and he walks up. Hey, all's rest. Good to be here. And again, there's a massive cheer from the crowd, and obviously all of you know the Curls. They're probably the most Empire-famous duo that's ever been in existence. They're the definition of superstar, so obviously I'd assume you have some kind of excitement over these people as well. I
give some claps.
He's like, yeah. He's like, hey, all's rest. Good to be here. You know, I've only been here for the better part of a day, but I've got to admit, this may be the only place in the Empire I've travelled to that may be as grumpy as my hometown, Pratigard. Which, I mean, it's saying something. But I've got to admit, I love it. And he kind of begins to walk down the stage in this kind of very exaggerated comedian way. And he turns again and kind of stops. Even the guy on the town gates checking carts as I was coming in, he was terrifying. No word of a lie. As I waltzed up to him, he looked me up and down. Do you have a parent accompanying you? What the fuck? I'm a halfling, not a fucking minor. And after I'd so kindly explained that to him, he gave the usual, what's your occupation? Comedian. Are you as funny as Amadeus Butler? No. Correct. Boof. Stamps me? What? Anyway. The other thing I've noticed whilst touring, which I love about Orsrest, I love this about you all. It's the attitude to drinking. You know, a few weeks ago I was in Saltcliffe on this kind of beautiful coast, beautiful beaches, and I overheard something you would never overhear in Orsrest or in my hometown. I heard a sentence that goes like the following. Oh my god, did you see Grog? He had 5 glasses of wine. I think Grog may be an alcoholic. Yes. 4 glasses of wine with dinner in Saltcliffe, and you're an alcoholic. 4 glasses of wine with dinner in Orsrest, and you're the designated night watchman.
That's pretty fucking good.
I do like it.
He kind of he once again begins to kind of walk over the
Definitely get a
stage.
chuckle out of Bluegrass.
He kind of goes, you know, I've got to be, I have to be completely frank. I have a history of cocking up prestigious gigs. I mean, it's a terrible move on their part to send me out here by myself. Psh, our secret, I won't cock it up. You see, the most I've ever bombed was when I was booked to do the Prince of Bezia's Christmas party. And you know, that was exactly as weird as it sounds. And the first thing that was weird about this gig is I walked out, and the prince and his wife, no word of a lie, they were sat in the front row in high back chairs. I was thinking to myself, you are aware this is real life, not The King's Crusade, which by the way is a wonderful book, you should read it. And the second thing, do not sit in the front row at a comedy show. The front row, as a comedian, is where you ask people what they do for a living. It's your get out of jail free card if the jokes aren't working. I cannot ask Prince Solomon what he does for a living. He's the most famous unemployed man on the planet. What do you do for a living? Well, I just sit around and wait for my parents to die. me too. So I can't do the whole what's your job stick front row crowd work because my front row is an unemployed couple. I'm glad you laughed at that joke on the night. Not gonna lie, didn't go down too well. This continues for a few minutes. I'm just kind of doing this stand-up routine, and after a while, the curtain goes down for a split second and kind of retracts, and then you see a wooden kind of facade of a shop has kind of been pulled on stage. And the duo spend the next 40 minutes or so engaging in... It's a Charlie Chaplin-like slapstick comedy interlaced with small stand-up routines and audience participation. And you kind of gradually get lost in the show, rolling with the jokes, and it isn't long before both members come on screen and announce, "We'll see you after a brief break. Get yourself a drink, head to the loo, and be back here in 10 minutes." And they again give an exaggerated bow. As the curtain falls closed, people begin to kind of get up and slowly head back to get drinks and stuff.
See, this is why I brought extras. I don't feel like waiting in line.
I think you're just an
I'm
alcoholic.
on my second glass of wine.
Make me a constitution save.
Hell yeah, let's get it.
It is strong stuff. But that comedy routine took me a criminal amount of time to film.
I gotta say, that was fucking awesome.
It was
Yeah, that's
all
pretty
my
good,
laughter
man.
was canon laughter. That one, it was just good.
Yeah, same. Not one.
Ruth is just
Not one.
munching on her macarons.
My friend, you're poisoned, and you kind of you think you're like, hang on a minute. I thought the Curls was a duo. I see four performers. you're right kind of stage. I like kind of stage. What is everyone else doing?
Lucas has definitely been sipping his whiskey.
Would you say you're on the second one?
Yeah, we can say that.
Make me a con save.
I'm poisoned now. That is great.
Yeah, you're enjoying the night.
Disadvantage on attack rolls would be awesome. Just awesome.
Oh
my god, no! Not two nat ones in a row.
That whiskey is worse than wine, and you look. It's like there's eight of them, and you are again poisoned.
Oh fuck, you guys, this is a wonderful fucking show, man. I'm glad we went.
Boy, the show's pretty fucking good. I would say so. That fucking halfling was funny.
You looking a little strange there, mate. You sure you be good? Where'd I? Guys, I lost my sword. Don't tell anyone. I don't know where my sword is.
You're drunk.
You lost one sword. I lost two swords.
Oh no, man! I'm so sorry. Well, all right. Well, after the show, we'll go look for him. I'm sure they're somewhere.
Hi. I think I'm just gonna stay put in my chair.
In my chair.
And I'm gonna sip my whiskey, and I give him like a big smile with my eyes closed. You know, it's a very drunk thing to do. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And
Ruth is just watching this with like the biggest grin. Like she's staring directly at both of them as they're talking, and she's just kind of grinning, just like with pure enjoyment on her face. Like she's just enjoying watching them.
and
Come-
as you're watching this, you like get the sense of like presence behind you, and like you slowly turn and you see obviously the guy sitting next to you is in the same drunken stage. You see he has purchased himself a bottle of wine by the looks of it, and he's just drinking it straight out. And he turns, he's like, "Oh my god, is this show amazing, or is it just me? Real talk."
No, God, I'm gonna fuck.
I do find it quite amusing, yes.
The
Oh,
talk is real.
I love it. They're like just mini-men, aren't they? They're mad mini-men.
Mad mini men. That's a good one.
Alright guys, well, nice talking to you. I'm gonna drain the lizard. See you in a minute.
Oh,
And he
my.
gets off at next.
Let's see. Mikhail drinks. Right? He likes drink.
Yep, I partake.
Alright. Lugos is going to wave Mikhail in because I think he's the only other person drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna take something out of my pack. I'm like, boy, Mikhail, you know what would really tie this experience together in a much higher sense of grandiose?
What is that?
Well, I foraged these bad boys a couple of weeks ago, and I take out like a folded cloth around like a bunch of like tiny little mushrooms.
Oh my god.
Oh
Dis-
my God.
This is a disclaimer here. Roundtable does not support hallucinogenic mushroom use.
No.
just putting that over.
Okay. I take a little one.
Have you ever had them before?
No, I don't think so. No.
It's surely enough.
I
if
think
you're new to it.
I think Ruth would kind of cut in here and be like, listen, friends, I know that it is fun to party, but I think that maybe we should hold off on those for maybe an after party kind of thing, not like a mid party.
You
Before
are
she can finish, I pop a mushroom in my mouth.
Oh,
you are
well,
smart. And I pocket mine.
saved one person.
Lugos, make me a charisma save.
Sure.
Oh, if it's a Christmas save, I'm fucking all down for it. Never mind. No, I'm just kidding. I won't do it.
No, 17.
Okay.
16.
It doesn't
I have a
really.
-1.
It doesn't really kind of have any negative effects. You just kind of rest back on a chair, and the kind of the tarpaulins above you begin to kind of ooh, and it's
All the colors become saturated.
yeah, everything becomes
Heavily
pretty.
Everything becomes more pretty. Like the lights are even more glittery and glinting, and all the
It's
colors
alright.
are more poppy.
Okay, is it about this time as you you know, go on a trip and kind of lay back? As you see, most of the people begin to shuffle, but back in, your friend comes back. He kind of trots back in, and he just takes one look at Lugos, kind of laid back and out of it. And he's like, "Oh, he's on the good stuff." He sits down next to you, and you see various people. You kind of look back, and Ashwood also seems to have come back to his private box. The lights once again go dim, and the band kind of picks up in like a dramatic drums, almost like kind of announcing the re-entry of the comedic duo. The large, heavy crimson curtains slowly draw back as the show returns. The set for the second half appears to be distasteful and cold and odd even. Vocal members of the audience gasp upon seeing it. Gasps turn into howls of terror as you all become aware that this is not a set. In the centre of a stage, with a castle kind of set behind them, the two members of the Curls lay, a dagger in the back of each, bloody and unmoving. People begin to scream and rush to the exit. What is everyone doing?
What the fuck?
I'm
Can I
gonna get.
decipher this from reality?
I am going to rush onto the stage. She's gonna reach for her lance, realize it's not there, and then kind of just like continue forward and try and climb up to well, see if they're still alive. I mean, they might not be, but
Make me a strength check.
okay.
What is everyone else
Am I
doing?
able to decipher reality from what was the show at this point?
You passed your check, so yeah. But
Okay.
probably not to the extent as a sober, Lugos.
Right.
Well,
Okay, Roof, with your 6 you kind of move, but obviously there's a few rows in front of you, and you kind of move up and you start to get, the crowd begins to surge and move. You see people pushing towards exit as private security flocks the stage. You hear screams backstage, and you see guards specifically kind of rushing forward and crowding around Alden Tillman and Colonel Bard in the front row as they're quickly kind of ejected from the premises and escorted home. They kind of rush past you, kind of pushed against your seat, unable to kind of move forward as this surge comes past you. What is everyone else doing?
I want to get up on the stage. Or
I'm looking for our contact.
Ashwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of look back just to see his face kind of drop into sheer shock, and he kind of puts his hand around his daughter next to him and just bolts out there.
Good. You need the GTFO.
Okay, Lucas, you wanted to head to the stage?
Yeah, that's where people were stabbed, right?
Yeah. I want you to roll a
Yeah.
strength check as well to see if you can kind of push through the surge of people.
Strength check, sure.
much
19.
better.
19. Yeah, so you pretty easily kind of pick through and you kind of go to the stage. There's no really easy exit onto front, but you kind of climb up and you see the bodies of these two people. There's blood pooling around them. Upon first glance, they look to be unbreathing, and you see various people kind of rushing from the side of the stage to help them. Specifically, an old female dwarf with like a long. You want to do what, sir?
Sorry, go on. You finish first. I'm sorry.
There's like a large female dwarf with a big beard, like kind of braided under the chin, who kind of rushes forward to help.
I want to look for footprints.
Footprints.
Yeah, to see if I can track anything back.
Okay. Roll survival for me.
Sure. That's a 9.
The stage is well used. You can't really pick out anything that's kind of distinctive. What is everyone else doing? I'd say at this point most of the crowd has dispersed, so you could make it onto the stages if you want to. There's various screams still.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm still probably still poisoned, but I'm gonna get up on stage.
Yeah, you kind of get up and kind of shakily move onto the stage.
I'll also be moving onto the stage.
Leokas?
Is everybody running up to the stage?
I
Oh,
think,
what it looks like, yeah.
yeah, mostly us.
Can I look before I leave the stage? Can I look for anything that seems out of the ordinary, like maybe an open door or any like curtains that are out of place or something like that?
Roll perception for me.
Sure.
I'm gonna walk back up and grab my gear.
Okay, so you're going to head back to the main kind of reception area.
Yep.
Okay.
Man, the rolls.
Again, yeah, you don't really see anything in your inebriated state.
And you said there was a set piece, right, of a castle?
Yeah, it's like a castle. It's like just kind of pushed against the back wall. You see kind of on the stage, there's obviously the dwarf who's kind of tending to the bodies. There's a tabaxi, a young tabaxi who's kind of in the corner with like his hands in his head, kind of looking completely shocked. But no one else seems to be really responding. Leokas, you kind of head to reception. Everyone seems to have abandoned ship. You kind of just you run into a back room, see your gear, grab it straight down, and come back. I assume, unless you want to rob.
Wait. You know me so well.
I was like,
What
yep,
do I
he's gonna rob. He's gonna rob.
What do I see?
Well, there's the there's like a safe where everything's kept, and then there's like just various gear and jackets kind of strewn out.
Is the safe open?
The safe is not open; it is locked. It's like a multiple lock kind of safe, very sturdy.
Yeah, fuck. I'm not gonna deal with that. I guess I am gonna see what I can find some people's coat pockets.
Okay, you roll investigation for me, and as you're all on the stage, the dwarf begins going, "Help! Help! Someone help! I think one of them's still breathing. Yeah, we can save him. We can save him."
Still breathing. I immediately turn the attention to the one that says she claims still alive.
Yeah, this one is the slightly larger one who did the opening of the show.
I got an 11.
You find him a coin purse or two.
Okay. What kind of, is it gold or silver?
A mix.
DM.
Yeah.
Oh, go on, Ruth. You go first.
I was gonna say Ruth is going to tear off a cloth, like a piece of cloth from her shirt, and kind of hold it around the wound. She's not gonna pull the dagger out because that'll kill someone. She's gonna hold it to try and kind of keep the bleeding down. And
while you're getting pressure on it, I'll put my hands over the body. I'll look to you, Ruth. I said, "As soon as you see the light, leave my hands. Pull the dagger out. Trust me."
Okay, I got it.
All right, and I'm gonna put my healing light into it. Now.
And she pulls it out.
I put my hand over the wound and put healing light.
As the dagger just pulls out, you see Maverick's eyes kind of glow. His hands glow, and all of a sudden, the body has kind of an emanation from it. The dagger's pulled out, and the wound seals up, and all of a sudden, like the quite rapid and shallow breathings turn to more kind of stable, up and down. But you look, and the his other half next to him seems to be not breathing at all.
DM.
Yeah.
Lugos, I would like to go recover my gear,
Okay.
my equipment as such. And who was the guy that was talking to us?
He was just like wait, do you mean who was sat next to you?
Yeah.
Real talk, real talk.
Yeah. He just seemed to be kind of the person who was kind of wandered into a noble life, if that makes sense. Maybe was born into it, or he's kind of, you actually see he's still there. His eyes are just wide. He obviously he doesn't know if this is part of a show or not. Or he's just as inebriated as all of you. He's just kind of sat there wide-eyed.
I can't help but feel a little suspicious of him for some reason. When he went to go pee, as soon as he got back, it happened, right?
A little bit after, but yeah.
Yeah, after.
Oh.
After recovering my gear, I want to, I don't know, I want to kind of like insight check him, see if he truly is bewildered.
Yeah, go ahead, insight check him.
It's a 14.
Hard to read, but you get the sense he is a gormless, bumbling idiot.
Okay.
Himbo!
And actually, as you kind of rush back with your gear, he kind of shouts, "Hey, mate, are they okay? Are they like doing a trick, or is this a magic show? Real talk?
No, I'm afraid the talk isn't real this time.
Wait,
Gasp.
whoa! You've got to be messing with my, yeah, mate. No. No.
I don't have fucking time for this. No, it's real. They're dying. All right. I'm sorry. I think you should get out of here, get to safety before you get stabbed as well.
Real
Not by
talk.
me.
Real talk. He kind of gets up and kind of stumbles out the doors.
Real talk.
Real talk.